A very good morning to one and all who is watching this video today. Hello, my name is Miss Divya Snehal and I welcome you to my YouTube channel Learn to Live with Miss Divya. This is the 5th class of our series on grammar which deals with the topic sentences. Last class we had done an exercise on identifying various kinds of sentences. Today's class is also about another exercise based on the same kind of questions, that is identification of sentences. After that, I shall give you the answer key of the translation passage that I gave you yesterday, and I shall also give you another passage to translate. So without further ado, let's begin. Please label today's exercise as exercise B. Read the following sentences. And identify their kinds. This is Y over here, okay? Identify their kinds. Let me tell you the spelling. I-D-E-N-T-I-F-Y. Identify. Okay. Let's begin with our first question. Children, you need to keep writing down the question and also writing the answers along with it. Okay. Once I give you some questions, then you can share your answers. You can actually cross-verify your answers. Okay. May I help you? You will attend the class. CLASS class. Mr. Raj teaches science. How India became independent on 15th August 1947. India became independent on 15th August 1947. Next one, not last, but next one. However, the partition of India was not done wisely. However, the partition of India was not done wisely. However, the partition of India was not done wisely. So, take a moment to solve these questions. Alright, let's start with answering the first one. May I help you? What do you think the sentence is? What kind of a sentence is this? Well, we have a question mark over here that gives away that this should be an interrogative sentence. But when you visit a shop and the salespeople come to you and they offer their help, may I help you? It's done in a very polite manner. It is as if it's a polite request. So, such kind of a polite request should actually also qualify as an imperative sentence, because it is almost as if the person is requesting that can I help you with anything. But grammatically speaking and strictly grammatically speaking, this sentence is an interrogative one only. Interrogative only. You can write only in bold letters. This is not an imperative sentence. Children, this is not an imperative sentence. It is a pure interrogative sentence. Coming to the next one, You will attend the class. Now, if I ask you what is the tone in which this sentence is said? What is the tone in which this sentence is said? Can you imagine a scenario where your mother comes to you in the morning and she says, you will attend the class today. You have to go to school today. You cannot skip school today. It is like an order, is it not? An order coming from your mother that you will attend the class. You cannot bunk it or skip it, right? So this word will, modal auxiliary will, gives the this is kind of a command that you will attend the class, and that makes it an imperative statement. That makes it an imperative sentence. Why? Because this is a command. This is a command, or you can also write order. Okay, command I have written, it's too official. You can write order also. Order also. Order or command. Coming from somebody who is elder to you. Coming to the third question, Mr. Raj teaches science. This is a simple plain fact which has been stated. So this should be an assertive sentence. And within assertive also, what kind of a sentence? What kind of a sentence? Yes, affirmative sentence. Affirmative sentence. Children, when you're looking at the screen and watching this video, I want you to respond. जोर से बोलिए, आंसर्स दीजिए. आपके पेरेंट्स को लगना चाहिए कि मैम लाइव पढ़ा रही हैं. Okay, that is the only way you learn. Respond while looking at the screen, even though this is a recorded video. Okay, next one. India became independent on 15th of August 1947. Yes, this again is an assertive sentence. Why is this an assertive sentence? This again is an assertive sentence. Why so? Because it is stating a fact. We can say it is stating a fact. I hope you are able to see the last part of the green board. I adjusted the camera accordingly. If it is not visible, let me reread the question to you. Question number 5 is, however, the partition of India was not done wisely. However, the partition of India was not done wisely. That is the question. Here I have made it very clear that we have a culprit. We have the word not, which makes this into an assertive negative sentence. Let me write it at the top. Question number 5, the answer is, question number 5, the answer is assertive negative sentence. Why assertive and negative? Because we have the word not in it. The sentence tells us that the partition was not done wisely. Okay, and it is also a fact, as verified by various analysts. Coming to the 6th question. Coming to the 6th question. I don't want to dance. I don't want to dance. Next. She can sing a song, can't she? She can sing a song, can't she? Where do you live? Keep writing the answers as well, okay? Next one. He smokes, doesn't he? Number 10. Have mercy on us. Okay. Now, if you look at the 6th one, I don't want to dance. There is this one word which will give it away. Which is that tricky word? Can you locate it? Exactly, this is the word don't. Don't stands for do not. I do not want to dance. Since the word not has come, so this becomes our assertive negative sentence. Assertive negative sentence. Yes. Coming to the next one, she can sing a song, can't she? Now, you see, is there anything which will give it away? There are two things which will give away the answer. Can you identify it? Exactly. First of all is the question mark. The question mark tells us that this is going to be an interrogative sentence without any doubt. This is definitely an interrogative sentence because it ends with a question mark. That much is clear. And we have another tricky word which is can't. Same. Cannot. Cannot. She. And this part, children, this is known as a question tag. Once we practice ample amount of questions related to identification of a sentence and a few exercises more, then the next topic that we'll start would be question tags. This is a question tag. Just so you know, a question tag is a couple of words. Question tags are a couple of words which can convert any normal sentence into an interrogative one. They usually come at the end of a sentence and they make the entire sentence into an interrogative one. These two words alone have made this entire sentence, the entire sentence, into an interrogative one. Don't worry, we shall learn about it after, I believe, 1 or 2 classes. Okay? Yes. So question mark, this is an interrogative sentence, and can't, which stands for cannot, makes it an assertive negative sentence. So what becomes our answer? First of all, this is interrogative. This is interrogative. And at the same time, it is assertive but negative sentence. I want my children to know the full answer, the entire correct answer, not just one part of it. Okay, you should be able to see through the text, see through the sentences or the questions which you are given. Coming up next, where do you live? This is pretty simple. We have a question mark at the end and that makes it an interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence also because this is asking a question. आप कहाँ रहते हो? Interrogative sentence. Students, I am writing the full words again and again. So I expect you to not go by shortcuts and write the full word. Even in the examination. Even if you know the correct answer and the spelling of assertive, declarative or interrogative is wrong, you will lose half a mark. And I don't want my children to lose marks on silly things. So, every answer which you write the full word assertive, the full word interrogative, and so on. Coming to the 9th one, he smokes, doesn't he? Same kind of question. This you do on your own. And don't just give me the correct answer. Explain to yourself, why is it so? Why is the answer the way it is? Okay? You do it on your own, this one. Next one, have mercy on us. Now this sentence requires some discussion. First of all, let us go through all the sentences one by one. This sentence, all the logical points one by one, sorry. First of all, this sentence ends with a full stop. So, it is not interrogative because there is no question mark. So, interrogative to nahi hai. Then we have, this is also not an exclamatory sentence because mark of exclamation, this sign is also not there. This, and therefore if it is not exclamatory, it is definitely not octative also. So interrogative, exclamatory and octative तो पहले ही हट गए. बचा हमारे पास assertive और imperative. Assertive ये लग नहीं रहा. It does not sound like a normal sentence, isn't it? Have mercy on us. It's as if somebody is requesting. It's a desperate request that please have mercy on us. Just imagine this situation. Just imagine this situation. There is a ruler. He is a tyrant or a dictator and he's very, very cruel. Okay, he's merciless. And so, he captured a few prisoners during war. Okay, and the prisoners have come before the ruler. He's sitting on his throne and all the prisoners who have been brought, they are folding their hands like this and they are pleading, please have mercy on us, don't kill us. That kind of a feeling, an emotional request, a very desperate request that please have mercy on us, don't kill us. That kind of a sentence is this, have mercy on us. It's a very, very urgent request. and there is a word for such a request, and that word is entreaty. I will write the word for you. This sentence is imperative. This sentence is imperative, and the kind is it's an entreaty. Entreaty means a desperate and urgent request. A desperate and urgent request. If the bottom part of the board is not visible, let me read it to you. Imperative, and the meaning of the word entreaty is a desperate and urgent request. Okay, a desperate and urgent request. Very good. Let's move on. I hope you have solved the questions correctly. Here again, those of you could not do. Here again, this one, if somebody is still confused, let me give the answer. You have two things. One is the question mark, which makes it an interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence, and this is also an assertive. I messed up the spelling, just a second. Assertive. Assertive negative sentence. Because of this word doesn't. Question because interrogative because of the question mark, and assertive negative because of this keyword doesn't. Okay? Doesn't stand for does not. Alright. Now let's come to question number 11. Work hard if you want to succeed. Work hard if you want to succeed. Hurrah, we have won the trophy. Hurrah, we have won the trophy. 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 May you live long. May you live long. Alas, the poor fellow is completely ruined. Alas, the poor fellow is completely ruined. Next one. Look, there is danger ahead. Look. There is danger ahead. Okay. Try to solve these questions. The first one definitely is an assertive sentence. Why is it an assertive sentence, children? Because this is a very famous proverb. Okay, this is a timeless proverb. Timeless meaning it was true before we came to earth, and it will stay true even after we leave earth. Okay, as human beings. That is what I mean. It is a proverb, it is a sentence, it affirms a belief that working hard will lead us to success. Next one, hurrah, we have won the trophy. There is a key word in this. Can you identify the key word? Exactly, this is hurrah. This is a word of interjection. This word is interjection. How is it an interjection? Interjection because of this sign, which we call as the mark of exclamation. this word makes hurrah an interjection, and all the sentences which have interjections, they qualify as exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences. Okay? Yes. Coming up next, may you live long. This is a kind of prayer, don't you think? This is a kind of prayer. You are visited by your loved one, let's say your favorite cousin or your best friend comes to visit, or your elders, when they give you blessings, they may say that may you live long. Juk juk jio, है ना? So this is a prayer, a prayerful wish. So that makes it an optative sentence. That makes it an optative sentence. Does anybody remember what an optative sentence is? Do you remember what an optative sentence is? It is a, yes, very good. It is a kind of exclamatory sentence which only refers to a prayer or a wish. An exclamatory sentence which is a prayer or a wish qualifies as an optative sentence. Very good, very good. May you live long. And what kind of a sentence this is? I would say this is a prayerful wish. Yes. Coming up next, alas, the poor fellow is completely ruined. Now in this sentence, you will tell me, what is the word of interjection? Alas, good. And that makes this sentence what? What kind of a sentence is this? Exclamatory, correct. What kind of a feeling is conveyed? What kind of an emotion is conveyed through this sentence? Exactly. This is sadness or sorrow. Also, a little bit of a surprise. Okay. Somebody who comes to know about the downfall of a certain loved one, and he makes this sentence, alas, the poor fellow is completely ruined because of the losses he had to deal with in his business. Things like that. Okay. Last one, can you identify the word of interjection? Of course, look. And that makes it an exclamatory sentence, right? And what kind of a feeling is being conveyed, can you guess? We know that this is an exclamatory sentence. This is an exclamatory sentence. And what kind of a feeling is conveyed? Exactly, the feeling of fear. Profound fear or very deep fear. Exclamatory sentence which conveys a feeling of fear. Very good. Now let us come to question number 16. Ah, what a beautiful sight. Ah. What a beautiful sight. Next one. May God bless him with a child. Would that I were a millionaire. Oh, you have grown so weak. Oh. Let's go on a picnic. So what do you think is the kind, or how can we classify sentence number 16? What a beautiful sight. You add these words also. What a beautiful sight it is. I believe you can also see the key word as I can see it. We have a word of interjection over here. And we have the mark of exclamation also, which makes this an exclamatory sentence. Very good. Exclamatory sentence. Can anyone tell me what kind of an emotion is being conveyed through this sentence? What kind of an emotion? Exactly. This is wonder. Or you can say admiration. Admiration spelling. ADMIRATION. Admiration. I believe it may not be very clear to you, so I spelled the spelling. Once again, ADMIRATION. Admiration. Just imagine this. Just imagine. You are somewhere in Rishikesh or Haridwar, where the river Ganga flows in its most pure form, in its most pure state. And you are with your friends or loved ones, and then you go to the river, you have dipped your legs into the water, it is chilly, it's very, very cold, you are enjoying the soft breeze that is blowing. Okay, there are mountains, as far as you can see the mountains, you can see greenery, and you are with the people whom you love the most. This mental picture, does it create a sense of wonder and relaxation in your eyes? It creates, doesn't it? That kind of a feeling is being expressed through this sentence. What a beautiful sight it is. This sentence is more or less, it will be said more or less in the same situation, where we imagine us being with our loved ones beside the banks or on the banks of the river Ganga. Okay, so that is admiration or wonder. Coming to the next one, may God bless him with a child. Again, we have the mark of exclamation. The question now is whether this is an exclamatory sentence or an optative one, because it is not an interrogative one, it is not an assertive one. Okay, and yes, and so it can only be an exclamatory one or an optative one. Which one is it? What do you think? Which one is it? I believe this should be an optative sentence. I'll tell you why. Sorry. Optative sentence. It is because it's a prayer. May God bless them with a child. It's a prayer. Okay, it's a prayer, therefore it is optative. Coming to the next one. Would that I were a millionaire. Here again, I missed the mark of exclamation. This is also an optative sentence. Why is this an optative sentence? Because this is a wish. This is a wish. Kash hum karodpati hote would be the literal translation. Kash hum karodpati hote. Would that I were a millionaire. Now I want you to do a little exercise over here. Try to frame two sentences based on the same pattern. Would that I were a dash. Would that I were a dash. इस तरह से दो sentences अभी तुरंत अपनी कॉपी में फ्रेम करिए, ताकि आपको पता चल जाए, और उन दोनों के नीचे ऑप्टेटिव लिख दीजिएगा along with this word wish, so that you know कि ऐसे sentences wish होते हैं. Please pause the video and do this exercise. Okay, now let's come to this. Oh, you have grown so weak. Oh, you have grown so weak. Again we have a word of interjection, oh, which is followed by a mark of exclamation. This is not a prayer, this is not a wish also, so this is our plain simple exclamatory sentence. Why is it an exclamatory sentence? Or what kind of an emotion is conveyed through this sentence? Exactly, this is worry, किसी की चिंता होना, worry और चिंता कि ओह you have grown so weak, खाते पीते नहीं हो, इतने कमजोर हो गए हो. With that intention in mind, the sentence has been said. Coming to the last one, sorry, not the last one, there are two more questions to go. Let us go on a picnic. Let us go on a picnic. Now this will require some analysis. सबसे पहले तो interrogative नहीं है because there is no question mark. ऑप्टेटिव और एक्सक्लामेटरी भी नहीं है बिकॉज देर इज नो मार्क ऑफ एक्सक्लामेशन. सो मच सो वी आर क्लियर. बच जाते हैं assertive एंड imperative. नॉर्मल assertive सेंटेंस ही लग नहीं रहा बिकॉज दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ अ प्रपोजल, नॉट दैट वैलेंटाइंस डे वाला प्रपोजल. प्लीज कम बैक. नॉट द वैलेंटाइंस डे वाला प्रपोजल. लेट अस गो ऑन अ पिकनिक. इट्स अ प्रपोजल, एक प्रस्ताव जिसे हम कहते हैं, अ सजेशन कि चलो आज पिकनिक मनाने चलते हैं. तो ये assertive भी नहीं है. ये वाला सेंटेंस आपका imperative है. This sentence is an imperative sentence. Why is this an imperative sentence? Because this is a proposal or a suggestion. Proposal or a suggestion. That makes it an imperative sentence. कहीं एक दो sentences आपको ऐसे देखने को मिल सकते हैं, इसीलिए मैंने आपको करवा दिया. We have 2 more questions before we come to our translation part. ठीक है, चलो इतनी दूर आ गए हैं, 2 sentences और. चलो बच्चों, बक अप, बोर नहीं होना है. ठीक है, मैं जानबूझ के ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस करवा रही हूँ क्योंकि आपका कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर हो जाएगा उससे. और एग्जाम के टाइम पे अगर आपका एग्जाम बिल्कुल कल ही है तो आप कम टाइम में अपने नोट्स को रिवाइज कर पाएंगे. इतने सारे क्वेश्चंस आप कर लोगे ना तो आपका दिमाग अपने आप ही उसको कैच कर लेगा एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में. इसीलिए सो डोंट गेट बोर्ड, जस्ट कीप अप पेस. कीप अप द पेस, स्पीड विद मी. यस. 21. ये लास्ट के 2 क्वेश्चन मैं नहीं सॉल्व करूंगी, आप खुद ही करोगे. और आप मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में लिखोगे कि मैम लास्ट वाला सेंटेंस ये है और ये इसीलिए है क्योंकि मैम दिस इज अ पर्टिकुलर काइंड ऑफ अ सेंटेंस and it is a dash kind of a sentence because, and you will give me the reason. Last 2 questions, the answer I want in the comment section, everyone who is watching. I hope I have made myself very very clear. Okay, let us go on a picnic. This one we did. Let us have lunch at the restaurant. Let's have lunch at the restaurant. Let us have lunch at the restaurant. And number 22, let's be friends. Let us be friends. इसका एनालिसिस और आंसर्स मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में चाहिए. बट बिफोर वी एंड द एक्सरसाइज आई वांट टू ब्रिंग टू योर नोटिस दैट लेट्स एंड लेट अस दोनों एक ही है. देयर इज नो डिफरेंस बिटवीन लेट अस, लेट्स एंड लेट अस. ये शॉर्ट फॉर्म है इसी का. ठीक है, सो उसमें कंफ्यूज मत होइएगा. चलिए, ये हो गया. नाउ लेट अस गो टू आवर ट्रांसलेशन. This is translation. Solution of exercise D. Of exercise D या exercise 5, जो भी आपने पहले किया था, जो भी पिछले वाले लेक्चर में हुआ था, उसका ये आंसर किया है. I would suggest हम लोग नंबरिंग ना न्यूमेरिक रखते हैं because after the alphabet Z we will be stuck on how to number it. So let me make it 4. अगर आपने पास्ट के एक्सरसाइजेस को ABC लेबल किया है उसको न्यूमेरिक्स में चेंज कर दीजिए. एक्सरसाइज 1, एक्सरसाइज 2, एक्सरसाइज 3, एक्सरसाइज 4 कर दीजिए. ठीक है, चलिए शुरू करते हैं. दिस इज अ पेन. दैट इज अ काउ. He is a boy, you are a girl. He is a boy, you are a girl. That is a bird, this is an umbrella. That is a bird, this is an umbrella. That is an apple. That is a hen. That is an apple. That is a hen. You are a Britisher. You are a Britisher. यहाँ पे you are British भी हो सकता है. He is an American. He is an American. This is a horse. That is a school. This is a horse. That is a school. This is an ear. This is a painting. This is an ear. Ear वो कान वाला ear. E है यार. This is a painting. This is a letter. This is an ink pot. That is a bus. This is an egg. That is a knife. This is a cat. This is an orange. She is an Indian girl. After you have written this, I want you to do a small exercise. This passage was given, it is based on articles, a, an and the. So I want you to identify all the places where you've come across an article a and. Let's do this together. But first you pause the video and do it on your own and then cross verify it. For instance, I can see a pen, a cow, a boy, a girl, a bird, an umbrella, and double underline it, an apple, a hen, a Britisher, an American, double underline it, a horse, a school, an here, double underline, a painting, then a letter, an ink pot. Ink pot समझते हैं? स्याही जिसमें रखते हैं, इंक को हिंदी में स्याही बोलते हैं. Yes. A bus, an egg, अंडा, a knife, कैट बिल्ली, एन ऑरेंज फल जो होता है नारंगी, फिलहाल मैंने उसको ऑरेंज लिखा है बट उसी वैरायटी के उसी स्पीशीज के और भी फल होते हैं। फिर है एन इंडियन गर्ल। ओके दिस वी डिड। चलो क्रॉस वेरीफाई करने के बाद आई गिव यू टुडेज पैसेज जो आज आपका होमवर्क है। चलो ट्रांसलेट करते रहिए, अंग्रेजी सीखते रहिए, है ना। अगर आपको लगता है कि आपको आती है फिर भी कीजिए, उससे आपका कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ेगा अपने आप पे। और फाइनली व्हेन यू राइट लेटर्स एंड एसेज इन योर एग्जाम तो आपको कॉन्फिडेंस फील होगा कि नहीं नहीं जो मैं सोच रहा हूँ वही सही है। इंग्लिश में कॉन्फिडेंस का बहुत रोल है, बिकॉज एज आई टोल्ड यू, मैंने आपको पहले भी लेक्चर्स में बताया है कि इंग्लिश ग्रामर में यू हैव द बेस्ट आंसर, यू हैव द सेकेंड बेस्ट आंसर, यू हैव ओके विल डू विल मैनेज आंसर एंड एब्सोल्युटली रॉन्ग आंसर। तो वो जो पहला दो है ना उसमें कॉन्फिडेंस का ही गेम है। आप समझ रहे हो मैं क्या कहना चाह रही हूँ। इसीलिए कॉन्फिडेंस पे काम करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। और कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा कहाँ से? ट्रांसलेशंस बनाने से। चलिए एटलीस्ट मेरा ऐसा मानना है, क्योंकि मेरे को तो बहुत हेल्प किया था ट्रांसलेशन। चलिए आज का पैसेज, यह एक पेड़ है, इसको ऐसे लेबल कर दीजिए ट्रांसलेशन। और अब हम लोग नंबर करेंगे इसीलिए 5, ट्रांसलेशन 5 होमवर्क। यह एक पेड़ है, यह एक पेड़ है, वह एक औरत है, वह एक औरत है, यह पानी है, यह पानी है, वह खिलौना है, वह खिलौना है, यह टेबल है, यह टेबल, यह टेबल है, वह चावल है, वह चावल है, यह नमक है, यह नमक है, वह डॉक्टर है, वह डॉक्टर है, मैं शिक्षक हूँ, तुम विद्यार्थी हो, मैं शिक्षक हूँ, तुम विद्यार्थी हो, विद्यार्थी को आप ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, विद्यार्थी। मुझे ये स्पेलिंग ज्यादा पसंद है क्योंकि मुझे पता चल जाता है, जैसे जैसे मैंने बोला वैसे ही लिखा, विद्यार्थी हो। उसके बाद पटना एक शहर है, पटना एक शहर है, भारत एक देश है, भारत एक देश है, तुम नेपाली हो, तुम नेपाली हो, दूध उजला होता है, उजला इज इन वाइट, ओके, दूध उजला, दूध उजला होता है। तुम दुकानदार हो। तुम दुकानदार हो। लड़कियां लंबी हैं। लड़कियां लंबी है। लंबी, ओके, ल आधा म ब और उसमें बड़ी ई। लंबी है। झोले काले हैं। झोले एज इन बैग्स, ओके, झोले एज इन बैग्स। झोले काले, काले एज इन ब्लैक। झोले बैग, काले ब्लैक कलर, ओके। झोले काले हैं। यह बिहार है। यह बिहार है। चलिए, with this I hope you will be very consistent and punctual in doing your homework. I can trust my students, can't I? Should I trust my students? Chalo, very good. So with this we come to the end of our class. I hope you enjoyed learning with me. क्योंकि enjoy करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। पढ़ाई को अगर आप enjoy नहीं करते, you are missing out the fun. So I'll see you in the next class. Thank you very much.